Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. Hope everyone's having an amazing weekend. And I'm just going to get my desktop all set up here and we'll get into the readings. Happy equinox to everyone. We're headed into the equinox. Of course, fall in the northern hemisphere and spring in the southern. And happy birthday to all you Libra sun babies. I do have here every Monday I put out a Monday video talking about the energies of the week. And so I touch on the happy, uh, you know, um, energy of the equinox, the balancing, in this video. And every Monday, we talk about all the moon energy as we move through all those. Also, on Wednesdays, I have What's Up Wednesdays, where I have a pick a card. And this one was about the Libra season and equinox. There's a special pick a card for everyone, and then a bonus reading in there, which gives a little 3-month forecast for the Libra sun baby. So if it's your birthday in Libra, for throughout the Libra season, check that out, because you have some information there, which is pretty cool. And then on Tuesdays, I jumped ahead because of that. Tuesdays, I have Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays, where I put out a video that's usually 10 minutes or less. This one's a little longer. This next one coming up in a week is a little longer. Um, but usually they're 10 minutes or under. This one's a little longer because I played the singing bowls that I have, introduced you to my little singing bowl family, and what those do for us. So be sure to check those out. And then also, we're getting towards the end of the month. So if you haven't gotten into the drawing for the giveaways, this is the giveaway playlist. Just check the most recent video that's listed for the giveaways for September. There's 3 ways to win. And so there'll be 3 drawings for my subscribers. So if you check that video out, it tells you there. Also, if you are a Praying Mantis member or even a Zen Cricket member, uh, I have a special giveaways and extra drawings if you're a member of my YouTube channel. So there's even more ways to win. And if you are a Praying Mantis member, which is $7.99 a month, not only do you have all of that, but you get advanced access to my Moon Mondays, my Take 10 Tuesdays, and the What's Up Wednesday videos a week in advance. And also on Thursdays, we have a 2-hour session, a Q&A, where we talk about things of spirit and answer questions about me and my life and how I got to where I am. And we pull past life readings and oracle readings, and we dive into a bunch of other things. So if you want to do that, you're welcome. And then also after each of these free readings, I actually have about an hour or so where we do free readings and for my Praying Mantis members. So all of that information is listed in the description box of the video below, as well as playlist for all of those different videos that I put out. I put out a lot of free content because I love you guys and I want to give back. Also, because I love you guys, I have 50% off for the rest of 2023, which is really what? October, November, December, just 3 months and like a week. Can you believe it? This year has flown by. But I'm having half off my personal readings, the pre-recorded ones, the Hedges of Peace and Love, and then also my Wish Upon a Star astro readings. All that information is in the description box of the video, so you can check it out if you are interested in any of those things. All right, if you're new to my channel or new to these free readings, I do prioritize the donations, and the whole process and everything is also listed in the description box of the video. So if you're interested, you can check it out. All right, I am going to be using the Runic Tarot, and looks like I've got a few people already in the chat here. So we will start with you guys for your free readings. Starting off with Felicia. Thank you so much, Felicia, for the little reminder of the thumbs up. So thank you guys so much for all of you who do give a thumbs up. It helps spread the Zen love, so you are part of the Love Tsunami. So thank you for that, and thank you, Felicia, for mentioning that. All right, and you're still looking for new jobs, looking for that perfect one. Let's take a look here, see what spirit has to say here for you. What guidance do they want to give you on this new job? Because I thought you were going to be leaving town. Yep, headed off into a new adventure. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you definitely have this victory coming very soon here because you've got the Knight of Cups, which is this, the knight is questing after that which makes their heart feel full, right? So definitely this encourages you to pursue and travel, go. There's this movement. You've got the King of Pentacles and the Sun. So, very much abundance, fulfillment, this full feeling. And again, this is like the chariot, even it looks like here, of the movement, the victory. So, very much you have this coming here. And the star card shows like this wish and dream come true. And again, this Knight of Cups kind of encourages you, go for your dream, go for that which will make your heart feel full, but it's your dream, not the dream of everyone else, right? So, they're bringing back that you had mentioned, moving away and pursuing this place that you want to go, and it's definitely supported with all of these cards coming in here. It's you're on a quest to live and enjoy your life, not exist, right? So even if you have to cut corners for a little while or whatever you need to do to be able to live your dream, do it. Cut away everything that you are like, I don't care about this stuff. This is what I want to do. This is where I want to go. This, the star card is like saying that this is my North Star. That's what's guiding me. Your dream come true is where you're following, and whatever doesn't support you going that can go, right? You don't have to worry about supporting that, anyone else's energy or dreams or any of that. It's all about you. So, it just feels like the jobs that you're not getting and these things aren't folding is because you're not to do those. You're not to do things that are the old way, because that just keeps you in that loop. This is doing something different, something outside of the norm, something totally against what everyone else would, recommend and say for you. And it's time. It's time for you to leap off and live instead of exist. So, this is the information. You have the Sun, you have the King of Pentacles, you're going to have victory. It's just that you're being kept, doors are being kept closed so you continue heading in that direction instead of settling for something that's not in alignment with where you're headed, where your spirit wants you to go and do. So I like it. And that's what's coming in for you. All right. So many blessings to you, Felicia. Hang in there. I like where you're headed. Just need to get there, right? All right. And then up next, we've got Joe Kenzo. And you'd like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here, Joe. What do they have here for you? All right. All right. So we have this Page of Swords here, which the Page of Swords, they have the Ace of Swords here. And the Page of Sword is new thought, new belief, new ideas, new approaches to, again, this is almost like Felicia's that we just went through. The Nine of Cups, you have the other wish fulfillment card. She had the Star, you've got the Nine of Cups. The way that you're looking at what your dreams are feels like it's under this reconstruction, because it's like, all right, what truly is my dream? And I feel like you're altering the idea of what that is, um, because you've got the Ace of Cups, which is all about pursuing your heart, your dream. And I like this because you do reach there. All you have to do is decide. And then here you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is the apprentice to the master, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears, the education, whatever you need for your dream. You just invest in it, and it happens, it unfolds, things turn and spin. And the Eight of Pentacles is about things changing in the outside world, and you end up here, the King of Pentacles, this abundance, this fulfillment, this feelingness of the outside world. It is a victory card, and I feel like it's like both you and Felicia have this message of pursuing whatever it takes. What are we waiting for to go for your dream? If it feels like too much work, that's not your dream then, because when it's your dream, you're just like, I can't wait to take the next step and the next step and the next step. So I like it for you, Joe. This is what they have for you right now, is really realizing what your dream is, and don't be afraid to look into higher education if that's what it takes. Learning, growing, putting in the work, and it's not even work. It doesn't feel like work when it's your dream. It's like, I'm excited. It's just a step in my adventure. It's not work. So I like that for you, Joe. And that's what's coming in for you too. So I like this. Many blessings for you. All right, Alex, you are up next. So, what are ours current feelings for you? Let's take a look here. All right, let's see here. Wow, well, it looks like they're going back and forth here. The Two of Swords is kind of like this battle in their head, between their head and their heart, their head, their heart, their head, their heart, their head, the heart, the head, the heart, just going back and forth. They're like in this middle of this road, and their brain is telling them a bunch of stuff about fears and, supposed to's and shoulds, and it's really blinding them to what they really have, and it's keeping them from expressing this Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, she rules over cups with the king, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, and she's the master. It's almost like a high priestess. She's able to dive deep into emotions, and that tells me there's a ton of emotion that's rolling around underneath the surface, but it doesn't get to make it out, because with that Two of Swords, they're not giving their heart a seat at the table to express themselves. And, it just, there's always a reason, always a reason for it, right? Because we know when we don't express things, it's out of fear. And our fears, we feel are founded, because whenever we have fears, our ego will present all the evidence. It'll conveniently leave out evidence that go contradicts it. They'll only present the evidence that supports the fears. Oh, remember this and this and this. Oh yeah, I remember that. That's the way it always happens. It's like, no, there's these other times it didn't, but it doesn't bring that in. It's like, oh. So I feel like that's what's holding them back, is these fears that they haven't overcome. There's a lot of betrayal, a lot of, abandonment, a lot of um, just us. I was trying to think of a word that it's like ostracization. It's being ostracized. They're making up words now. It's like, whoa, there's all this, belief system that they have deep inside. Yeah. See, even the Five of Cups shows that they're focusing on their pain and their suffering and the stuff of the past that keeps them from expressing it. So definitely there's this boatload of emotion flowing down on the inside, but they don't have the self-love enough to be able to express it. And the mind goes, nope, not allowing it. And like, I want to sit at the big kids table. They're like, nope, you have to sit at the little kids table. You can't sit at the adult table, is what they're telling their heart. So the heart's over there pouting, I want to express myself. And they're like, tough. So how's this going in, Alex? Hopefully that makes sense. All right. So many blessings to you. And then Dollface Diva, you are up next. So anything you need to know at this time. Let's take a look. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. Well, you got the Temperance card in here. We'll put her up front in the middle, because this unfolding. They're letting you know that there's this slow process of unfolding that's going on here. You got the Queen of Swords. I feel like this is you, the balancing of the heart and the mind. And, you come across as this very intelligent person that has a wonderful way of expressing your emotion. But you have this King of Wands. You have this really fiery personality, that has entered your life, and things are slowly evolving between you. And I almost feel like it's been it's interesting that, the King of Wands, they have so much passion, so much energy, and rightfully so. The king, the prince, the knight of wands is the fastest moving knight out of them all, right? And so they're, going around expressing their passion. They can't control themselves. It's like a teenager, their hormones going wild, going around humping people's legs, right? It's like a little dog. And but the king is matured. It has realized what it does and does not want to do with that passion. It's learned to um, not have it be a forest fire, but have a fire pit, or one of those uh, you know, whatever they call them, the big fire that's controlled, where bonfire. Thank you. It's all, it's like a bonfire or a fire pit. It's warm, it's warming, it lasts a long time, doesn't consume and destroy. And I like this. And so there's this slow building, this energy going, it's building between the two of you, but it does feel like it's taking a while for it to be, I don't want to say exposed, but it's to come to fruition. It's like, you're attracted to them, they're attracted to you, but you're like, but are they? And they're wondering if you are. And it's just like the slow, like, I think they're flirting with me. And they're like, I think they're flirting with me. And it's like the slow, the slowness that's coming in. And they just want you to know that, yeah, you're not crazy. They are flirting with you, and you are flirting with them, and they realize it, but you guys just aren't acknowledging it yet because it's slowly building. And I don't know. Let me see. Well, obviously, you know who this is. Yeah, it's the Eight of Swords. There is some movement away. Realizing what thoughts and beliefs and mindsets are blinding you both. So you're both doing this inner work and this changing of mindsets. So I feel like it's someone that you normally wouldn't be interested in, and vice versa. And it's like, I almost feel like it's a friend. Like there's this circle of friends that you have, and I kind of feel like it's like, well, no, I don't want to ruin it. And they're like, are they flirting with me? And it's just kind of like going back and forth here, but it's evolving. And they want to let you know that, yeah, it's happening. It's there's this bond that's growing more, and it's going beyond friendships. And so I feel like they want you to know that. So that's what you have. All right, Dollface Diva, many blessings to you. And then Anya Ahoya, hello, hello. So, what are you currently manifesting in your outer world? Let's take a look here. What is your energy drawing towards you here? Justice, the justice. All right. Well, and the justice card, it's a perfect card to be happening here with this Libra. Whoa, with this Libra energy that's coming in. And I should probably move my coffee cup from underneath there. I'm gonna put it over here because that almost went right into my coffee cup. But the justice card is, they usually have the balancing, right? And here we are, Libra season coming in. And so there's this balancing of thought and belief and mindset, but it also brings in, I feel like it does have to do with relationship. And the Nine of Wands here, you are working on letting go of these, whatever these blocks are, between you and marriage. Because you have the Four of Wands, joy, celebration, but I really feel it's marriage card with all of this stuff, this energy that it's like, what rules do I have? What thoughts and beliefs and mindsets do I have that have been given to me that that are creating this barrier between you and this? Because all of these rules, all of the supposed to, shoulds, and need tos, the lower scale, you know, we're inundated with so much fear-based thoughts and beliefs and mindsets about things that have to happen to show us that we're lovable. We're taught this, right? And so where it's way out of balance, we got all this stuff that's weighing it down, keeping these things from coming to us. But you got this connection to this higher vibration, right? Looking in the um, capital T truths of the higher realm, seeing things from a higher perspective, this place of your worth connected to unconditional love, eternal love, instead of all these rules. And that's what's allowing you to slice away some of these things and it's what you're drawing into your outer world. One is release of these fears. And so you're going to have some lower vibrational experiences, because of the lower vibrational beliefs, but they're mirrors to show you, like, I don't want that. Wow, look at that. Fickleness, betrayal, whatever those things, you're just looking, going, why am I attracting these? I would say flies. Why am I attracting these flies? It's like, well, and then as you raise your love vibration, as you're getting rid of those things, that's when you draw in. That's when that Nine of Wands barrier that's kind of keeping these people from you falls, and that's when you're able to bring in a higher vibrational love for you, this marriage, this partnership with the Four of Wands. But right now, it's like there's this barrier. If you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen series, episodes 4 and 5 talk about fate and about things that we do with our own intentional energies and some, lower vibrational belief systems, out of balance belief systems. It's like the Six of Pentacles talks about it in there on what you can do. Because if there's feels like there's this Nine of Wands force field that's happening, it's because your inner child is the one that's in charge of that, control panel. And it's like, nope, force field, got to keep that away from us. We don't deserve that yet. So it allows you to have this conversation with your inner child and this clearing of this out of balanceness to allow those to fall and allow that to come in. But in the meantime, it kind of keeps things at a distance. So be sure to check that out. All right. And Alexandra, hello, hello. Thank you for liking the video. I appreciate that. And I don't see a question from you. So if you are here and you have a question, be sure to pop it into the chat there. So Bonita, you are up. You'd like a general reading? Absolutely. So let's take a look here. All right. All right. Well, you are moving right along here. So you've got the moon card here. I love this Mother Luna in this nurturing of yourself and paying attention to the moon energy, understanding what your moon sign is from your birth chart, following the moons. I do that my Moon Day Monday videos, understanding what energies are happening throughout the week with the different energies, because every 2 to 3 days the moon goes through a different sign and it impacts us differently. And so if you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm going crazy because we start off with Aries fire, and then we go into really balanced Taurus, earth energy, and then we go into what air, so we're in our mind, and then we go into water, into our emotion. So it's like woo woo up and down and up and down and all around and all around, and we can feel like we're going all over the place with our emotions until we realize, this is why I feel this influence. So I can use that energy, like when I'm in my mind, I can use it to plan things and, think about things. When I'm fire, I get things done. Emotions, I can, use that emotional energy. It all happens on purpose, but I feel like it's important for you to know about this energy, because then you can step into your power, which I see here you do. With the 8 and the 9 of Pentacles, things unfold in order, and you have the 8 of Pentacles, which shows you've been putting in the work, the blood, the sweat, the tears, and things are starting to unfold in your outside world. And the 9 of Pentacles comes in here that shows you this beautiful, feeling of wholeness and completeness, um, that you find within yourself, independent of other individuals. And so I like this because you stand independently and you're using this beautiful energy to move forward in your life in a lot of different ways. You just feel like your life is full and overflowing from the inside out. And then that eventually leads the eight, the nine, the 10 of pentacles. The 10 of pentacles is this partner. It's flowing out there. You have two, usually shows a partner and a child and a dog and an ancestor and palace and coins, and shows a fullness of life. So I like this. It's like understanding how you can use the energies to super focus things, and use it, and it unfolds outwardly into your outside world. So I like that for you. All right. So that's what they have for you, Benita. So many blessings to you. Right. And then infinity is one. Hello, hello. So you want to know, did Leo see your comment? And if so, how did it make him feel? All right, let's take a look here. So let's see here first. Did they see it? Okay. And how did it make him feel? Interesting. Okay. Well, with the Queen of Cups here, it, this is a lot of emotion. For some reason, I mean, she's very intuitive, like the High Priestess. So I feel like she's very aware. They see things that a lot of people don't see intuitively. It for some reason this feels like a yes, like they did see it, because of course there's all this. Otherwise, I wouldn't have gotten a whole lot of how did it make him feel. Um, it made him feel a variety of things. Um, because they've got the magician card here, which is the power, the energy, the fire of the Leo. It inspired them in a way, just like it did bring up this energy within them, and it made them think here with the Ace of Swords. It makes them think things a little differently. So this is the new communication, which also shows me that they've seen it, because you got two ones here. But the other the oth it's like there's also this Hermit card with the 7 of Cups, which is a lot of different emotional confusion, and it didn't make them, like, wanna hermit themselves. They're just in this mode where they looked at all these emotions boiled up, which makes sense with, the Magician card here too, and this all this thinking. There's just it definitely sparked some reflection on their emotions and things, so it's like, what's this?" But I feel like they're kind of in this hermit reflection phase of their life right now anyway, just off the bat. And so when that came in, they saw it. That Queen of Cups with the Hermit card feels a lot like the High Priestess. Both of them step away from everything and they're in this reflection of their life and all of this. It almost feels like, I don't know if it was their birthday or something. No, Leo's, it wouldn't be their birthday. It just feels like there's something that happened in their life where they're in this super reflective mode and seeing what's going on, in their own life here. So it feels positive here. It's like it I don't know, it just sparked some deeper reflection on who you are and who you are to them and who they are. So it's very interesting. It's just like, oh, okay. I feel like you caught them in a really, not that they're in a low place, but that they were just in this uh, just a reflective mood, just kind of not really down and depressed, but just kind of low-ish for them anyway. I feel like they're usually "Boo, boo, 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 boo," and they kinda just feel like they were low, and that the comment you made really, came at a perfect time for them. So that's what I feel is coming in there. So hopefully that makes sense, Infinity. But that's what they have for you there. And we're to the bottom already. It's a slow evening. There must be something going on in the world. Of course, it is the equinox. So um, everyone probably having some good equinox festivities going on. But that's everything that I have here for this evening. And yeah, so I will be back tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Mountain Time. And so until then, you guys have an amazing, amazing night. I already posted so many things just moments ago, so I won't repost everything, but just make sure if you haven't gotten into the giveaways to make sure to check that out. And yeah, I'm kind of shocked. Hey, Rhonda, you made it in just in the nick of time. All right. So what does Spirit wants you to know about William Bell? Let's take a look here. Hello, hello. So let's take a look here and see what does Spirit wants you to know about Bill here. All right. Well, we've got a Queen of Wands and we've got the Queen of Cups. And, there's this, first of all, there's this message from Spirit here because this is like the High Priestess. Both of these have very, very strong spiritual connection and intuition. So both of the queens get extra cups. And this Queen of Cups is 2 cups. So we got 3 cups of emotions and then the spiritual energy too. So I feel like they're first of all saying, trust your gut, trust your instinct. There is a lot um, that you're picking up, and trust that instinct. Trust it, because it's not going to be wrong. Um, and then the same point, I kind of feel like that there is this dual interest that's here too. So there is this you know energy coming in, um, that it's like there's 2 individuals that they have interest in. And so I feel like you need to know that. And I feel like you might even sense that. Like you're like, I feel like they're distracted. I feel like there's, more than just me in their life. And you would be correct with that. At least interest wise, that's going in there. Yeah. Wow. Because you have the 5 of, well, you have this new passion, and here's this it's almost like they're tied up to that. It was funny, I was like, "Wow, look how similar those are." But there's this transformation of this inner conflict that's going on here too, that transforms from this energy, and it's funny, right above here on my screen, it has 5 likes and 1 person in the chat, which is exactly this. I was like, "Why does that look familiar?" I'm like, "Oh, because it's right here." So there is this, energy here that's transforming and expanding here, and I feel like they've got, I don't know, a lot of passion. Are they a fire sign? It just feels like they've got so much energy that and they feel like they have to express it in the outside world. It just feels, I don't know. And here too, it's interesting. I never saw this before with the 10 of Pentacles. Usually the 10 of Pentacles is like a partner with a child, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, fulfillment, but I see 2 boats. It's almost like they have 2 lives, or this mirrored, like, I don't know which life I want. And it just feels kind of split, and that's why it just feels split in 2, with all of that. So um, that's what's coming in here for you, Rhonda. I know. And I'm sorry your phone is lagging. I don't think it's me. I actually got hooked up Ethernet cable now instead of being wireless, because I'm down in the basement, like on the exact opposite side of the modem thingy majigger. And but now I have a cable that runs, and so hopefully it's not me because I thought that would fix it. All right, but hang in there, Rhonda. I definitely just feel like that's what needs to happen here. Yeah, and here again, the choice, the choice, the choice, the choice card coming in here. I just feel like there it's this duality, two, 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 all the way down the cards here. So um, that's what's coming in there. It's funny too, not funny, funny, haha, but interesting because uh yeah, and it's good. I like it that you're aware of it at least. But my I think it yeah, second, no, third. Yeah. My third relationship it was William and he went by Bill as well. I'm like, what is he doing over there? But yeah, yeah. We will see. Enjoy the journey, enjoy the process. Yeah, regardless, you're going to be fine. You got the Wheel of Fortune, which does tell us, you're with what unfolds and what changes are coming up with this, Wheel of Fortune. 10 is endings and beginnings, and the wheels are spinning. Even your human is going to be happy with how things turn out, which means that I feel like you're gonna have someone just, like, amazing. Someone like you that, because you deserve to have someone like you, that is so devoted, so able to share their emotions, and, um, just brings that energy, right? I mean, you deserve that, and I feel like that's what you have, down the road, but I don't feel it's with them. So hang in there, my dear. Hang in there, my dear. All right. I think that's everyone here. If there's anyone else that has come in oh, there we go. KDP. I was like, I felt something. I was like, the elevator doors. Nope. Thank you so much for your donation, Katie. I appreciate that. And you want to see here what Jordan will tell you after his retreat in October. Anything specific about us, or we'll continue. We're moving on. All right, let's take a look here. Vipassana. Hey, what's up? um, oh, that's interesting. I don't know what that is. Is that like a meditation type of retreat? Let's take a look here. Oh, well, that makes sense about the duality, right? Split personality. Let's take a look here. Silent retreat. Oh, you're also a Gemini. Oh my gosh. Well, that's why I like you so much because I'm an Aquarius. We get along very well. All right, let's take a look here. So, what is he going to tell you after he's been quiet for so long? Anything specific? And let's take a look here about moving on or not. All right, interesting cards. Let's take a look. Let's see. I mean, formation. I didn't see the cards yet. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna get a little nosy here. Oh, nice. Okay. So after the retreat here, um, we've got the Justice card and the Hanged Man. So there's this, here's this balancing out Libra energy of the balancing out of things. But the Hanged Man is, of course, seeing things from this higher perspective and kind of like this holding period here, that's coming in here. And it's like, and it actually comes after one another. It goes from 11 to 12. It's this feel like they it's like they balance. I don't know, it just feels like they're the communication is it almost feels like the justice card feels like legal, right? Not that they're, but it just feels like very, and then they go off onto this, um, the hanged man, it goes off into this kind of, holding pattern. This again, they're in this huge transformation. And all of these cards here, because we've got the conflict here with this five of swords, which is the communication conflict, and we've got this knight of wands, which is the fastest moving knight out of them all. And I don't know, it feels like they jump to, I don't know if this resonates. It almost feels like lately that they've become very not combative, but like a frying pan, like they fly off the handle fast. This is the energy I feel I'm picking up with this Knight of Wands and the Five of Swords. It's like they've got a lot of mental conflict that's going on, and it just comes out of like fire out of their mouth. And that's what I feel like with that there. And like I said, I don't feel like it's uh, aimed at you, but you get it, right? Yeah. Okay. So that, yeah, and it's because of this, and I really it feels like so much here because they're really going through this transformation, and this justice card too is the balancing out of their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, right? And so they're going through this shing 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 shing, chopping away these fears and facing these fears, and it's like all that stuff coming in, right? And it's like, okay, what is happening here? And then it continues because we've got the nine of wands, which is like this barrier that's been up here, and this temperance, which is like the hanged man, the one of the it's taking frickin' forever cards. But we've got the two of swords too. We've got this, um, that they won't let their heart speak because they're caught up in their minds. If they could close their eyes and open their heart, things would be different, but I just don't feel like they're able to express their heart. Um, because when they it's almost like, and this is when the fire comes out, because it's like, if you've ever had like your stereo and you have it like really, really loud and you unplug it, and then so the noise stops, it's like they had to unplug their emotions a while ago, where they, um, can't, express, the emotions aren't there. But when they plug it back in to feel again, it's at high volume and it's like, and you're like, oh, and they have to unplug it again because it's so overwhelming that they just floods out. And well, that makes sense why they're, can't make decisions here because of the fears that they have, um, with all of this. Just so many fears. So it's finally making its way out here, right? Right. Yeah. Yeah. And how he feels about himself. That's the big thing, is that um he doesn't want to realize how little he has loved himself, and that's why that he has to keep unplugging um his emotions, because um he can't face the music literally, plugging it in. It's like it's too painful, and it's too loud, and it screams too loud. And so I like this retreat, that's coming in there. Yeah. Well, it's a start. I mean, he has to because he can't love anyone else more than or receive love from others more than they love, we love ourselves. And so he can't give love or receive love until he loves himself. And that's where it has to happen. Um, it's just a matter of how he's loving himself, right? Because this is the process, right? I mean, I feel like he's at the beginning stages of the caterpillar creating the cocoon, right? Because and you get this, right? Um, we start off looking to the outside world to fill us up, right? And we try it and we try it and we're unhappy and we're in fear because it's not happening, and we fear failure, we fear being rejected, we fear not being enough. We keep looking in the outside world and outside world and outside world, and that's where he's at. He's trying, um, we might even in the beginning give, 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 give to the outside world, feeling like that will make me lovable, and it doesn't work. And so we start trying to please ourselves, and it doesn't make us feel any fuller. It's empty, 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 empty. And this is where he is trying to fill himself up with the outside world, thinking, well, this will make me feel full. No, it's not. And then he'll reach the point where then you face that uh, defining yourself by all that outside world makes you feel unstable, and then he's turning inward and upward. It's in that process of starting to look inward and upward for his fullness and his wholeness. And then once he finds that, that's where he finds his self-love. But he's been so much just been focused, and I feel like he's been so stubborn about turning inward and upward because he was so um like you said, brainwashed, tricked in his mind. He's been so conditioned growing up that no, no, this is what makes you feel full and whole, and you got to do this and this. And he was so like stringently taught, so with so much praise and punishment, a lot of punishment, that that's how stubborn they've been. But this it's cracking, right? It's finally cracking where he's beginning to turn inward and upward. And this is the stage. This is why it's been taking freaking forever because of that stubbornness, of that fear was so great that kept him in line. Because didn't he come from a military household or something? I just feel like he had such a strict, if it wasn't, it was like a really strict, thing there. Um, that I can't step out of line. Their inner child is the one that's like, no, 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 you can't do that. And it would shut down everything because of the fear of the childhood. Yeah, yeah. But I just feel like there was a lot of punishment in ways, and it could have been, through rejection, but it feels that kind of energy. Oh well, yeah, yeah. So it's like, whoa, punishment, punishment. So I just feel like that's what's been going on here, and this is the energy that we're wanting to know about is, you know, um, what will he tell you? I almost feel like it's um there's not going to be a huge amount of change from this silence because I feel like it's going to be deafening for him to hear the echoes, and getting away from everything is going to see himself in ways. But I don't feel like there's going to be, I feel like it's all still, he's on this huge journey. He's just beginning the inward and upward, which takes a great amount of time to uncondition a lot of things. But, as far as like, uh, I do feel here with the chariot card, this is the movement, the choices cards, and they do have the 10, which is endings and beginnings in the outside world here with the pentacles here. So we've got, you know, the outside world that they it's like if they're forced to make a choice, that's the choice they'll make. They'll make the choice to leave and continue moving on from it because this is the movement, movement, movement. And it's not you. I know it's like, well, he is moving away from me, but it's it's not you that he's trying to get away from and move away from. You're a mirror, and he's trying to get away from his reflection. Um, and that's why this continues to be they feel this need to have this endings and beginnings so much because it's like you're trying to outrun your a train of your past. Eventually, if you stop, you get hit by it, and he doesn't want to get hit by it. He keeps running from the past, right? Keeps running from facing those things. And you know, I just it's an amazing mirror for you too, you know, and I feel like sometimes we feel like, "Why are you torturing me, spirit? Why can't I let go of this?" And they're like, "Well, we're holding on to it for our own selves, and even though sometimes it feels like things are happening to us, quite a bit, it feels like things are happening to us in this human lifetime. When we realize, okay, this I chose this for some reason. God only knows sometimes. But when I realize it's happening for me, and what am I learning through this? What reflection am I seeing when I look at them? How am I doing that to myself? How is that happening within me in some way? Cannot be the exact same way, but it can be there to help us free ourselves and to open that up. So hopefully that helps, Katie. I really feel, yeah, yeah, which is okay, because to find the our divine within us, all comes back down to our self love. I can't love God until I love myself and open up to that, and I can't let God love me until I open up to my worthiness and my self love, and then humans, and it's such the pivotal point in our life when we get a little glimpse of self love, and we're like, wait a minute, this feels familiar, and then we start expanding it and expanding it and expanding it. And his journey, we can't make people open up and realize things, right? Um, One of the biggest things I learned being a manager for over 20 years or more is that people don't want to be told what to do. We don't. We don't. So, we have this, ability to, we can't change people's minds, because we just push them further away when we try. But you can, change happens through the change of the heart, and we can't change people's hearts except by giving unconditional love to them. Because we try to change people's hearts, that they even shrink it further away, right? You're like, no, was so close, but so we change lives and change hearts by changing hearts, by giving unconditional love, and we can't give unconditional love till we are filling up our heart and overflowing with unconditional love. We can't pour our unconditional love and go, here, have some of mine, until we're full. They get the overflow of our unconditional love. So the biggest thing that we can do in our lives is to raise our love vibration to fill up with the unconditional love from above, and then it flows over. and then we feel full and overflowing, and if they fill up and overflowing, then we're both giving extra to each other because we they can't fill up our cup, we can't fill up theirs. It only can come from our higher self connection to the higher to the higher realms. So it's always fun to turn in our little God's little sheriff badge and hand it over to spirit and go, "Here you go. You know what? All this out here is outside of my control, and I'm, you know, I I'm going to focus on me. I'm going to sweep in front of my own door. I'm going to mind my business, and my business is my heart, right? And connecting higher and higher." You know, that chariot and that 10 of pentacles to the 1 of pentacles, it does feel like it does, they do move on in the outside world, yeah, because here's the 10 of pentacles coming out again, which is endings and new beginnings of the outside world, and I feel like you've done the relationship has done what it needs to do for you and for them, and now it's about you looking at what you learned from it, for your own, you know, and I feel like this is a good release for you because, yeah, another ending, another 10, letting go of the expectations, learning about expectations and releasing yourself from all the supposed tos and shoulds and need tos and have tos and musts. This is a big piece of what you learned during this process, and we continue, you know, to let go of things. Yeah, because you got the 3 of cups, which is joy and celebration. So you do have something coming down the road for you here, which I like here for you. Yeah, yeah, you definitely do. You have a beautiful sun card, joy and celebration that's coming in, and the emperor. So Aries energy coming in here, a lot of fire energy. Let's see here. The emperor is great. I like this for you because I feel like um, you've learned a lot about yourself through this. I mean, it feels like you walk through fire, right? And but you've learned a lot about yourself and about who you are, what you want, and the cutting away and continuing to cut away the expectations around yourself and relationships and other people. And here comes this emperor, someone who um, is very strong, this new beginning, this it's very fiery, a lot of passion, a lot of care, right? And so yeah, and I can imagine. Um, but there is this you know, energy here that you know, what's coming for you down the road, you'll be happy, you know. It's like if you've ever seen that little that meme that shows it's like I think it's like Jesus or God, and they're behind their back they have this huge brand new teddy bear, big, 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 big. And there's this little child with this holding on to this ratty old missing an eye and an arm and stuffing out of it, and it's dirty, and you know, it's you know, leg is another leg is barely hanging on, and they're asking you to hand that to them because they're going to give you this. And you learned a lot through the experience with that dilapidated old teddy bear, but what you have coming is so much more, and to be able to surrender and release it and go, you know, and it's hard to accept it when we're using their actions to define us, and I feel like that's something that you can look at, you know, for that. But he chose that, right? He's chosen his life here as well. And so you can release that going, okay, you're on your journey. I've been the mirror for you that you needed to see, and you've been the mirror for me. But now we're ready for this next step in our journeys. And he needs that a time to turn it inward and upward to be free. And that's like, you know, he has to go through these endless thoughts and indecisions, because it's taking him to the point where he will break open, you know? It's like I feel sorry for a butterfly having to struggle to get out of the cocoon, but it's building their wing muscles so they can fly. So it's, oh, okay, well, they need that struggle, so good for them, you know? Because if I cut them out of it, they will never be able to fly because they haven't built their wing muscles, right? So it's letting them have their life and you return it to you and for what you have there. So I know. Hang in there, hang in there. And so that's what they have for you right now, Katie. Again, thank you so much for your donation and this journey you've been on. It's been beautiful though, because you've grown. If you can look at yourself a year ago, you'll be like, boom, I got big, beautiful butterfly wings. So hang in there, hang in there. All right. And I did have a couple more people come in here. So let me take a look here. Hey, Blessing. Hello. Been a while. Hey, yeah, you can definitely get a general reading. And then ND, I see your question, so I will get to you here in a moment. So, Blessing, let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now? All right. So you may have been feeling like life has been a little bit slow in the outside world. And it's been on purpose for a purpose here with the temperance. It's the going back and forth. It's the alchemy of turning a base metal into gold. And so there has been this slowness that's been coming here. And this nine of wands has been this block, this energy block that's been going on. But that's why things have been going slow. So that you can look into this, you can understand what are these blocks? What are these things that are holding you back from feeling like this King of Pentacles? Like really feeling secure in your worth in relationship to the outside world and these feelings of abundance. It's like there's this desire to have this fullness of life, but for some reason, it feels like it's been held back from me. Why? Where are these force fields that are keeping things away, and I can't, move forward with this, right? It's just like, wow. But it's this, so the slowness that's happened has been so you can, in kind of this quietness, be able to see what it is. And whenever we have like the nine of wands energy coming in here where it feels like a force field because we have all the stuff consciously we're wanting, but we feel like it can't get to us, it's because our inner child is at the helm of the force field control panel. And they've got these beliefs and mindsets that are way down inside about worth. And they're like, no, no, you don't deserve that yet. Beep. And it'll pull up these force fields. Beep. Nope, can't have that. Beep. Nope, can't have that. And so um what's great is that we don't have to go through our life with them doing that, because there's the a great one of the videos that we created with Take 10 with Zen. It's episodes 4 and 5 talk about the energy that we put consciously, but also the subconscious stuff that's out of balance, this out of balance belief system our little inner child has, and how you can bring that down to one where they release all the force fields and allow stuff to come in. And I feel like with these cards coming in here around, especially around these feelings of abundance, that this is what they have here for you. Um, and so if you check those out, the playlist is in the description box of the video down below, or if you go to my main page, um, it's in the playlist at the top. Take 10 with Zen. And it's like I said, episodes 4 and 5 are, I believe, are the ones that talk about fate and how we can bring things in sooner, instead of having them kept away for so long. So that's what's coming in for you, blessing. So hopefully that makes sense there for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Hello. All right. Then ND, let's see here. You were up next here, but I think you asked a couple questions. So let's see. General reading, start a business. You want guidance on that. General reading. Okay. And then down here, general reading, especially love and finance, been trying to start a business. Okay. So that's ultimately everything altogether that you asked. So we'll look at that. So the general reading around love and finance. Okay, that's love, that's finance. And you've been trying to start a business and you're wondering how that will work out. All right. That will be for that. Yay, you are welcome. Thank you for your patience. All right. So, yeah, Manure, you can definitely ask a question. All right. So, we've got here the 8 of Swords. So this is about love. And I like the 8 of Swords because the 8 of Swords is a card of movement, of thought and belief and mindset. And this is such an important piece of love because you're becoming aware of what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets around love have been keeping you blinded and bound and feeling trapped. And this is great because when we have this release of all these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, we're given so many expectations, so many rules in our human world about love. We become very, it's like the blinders on a horse where our view is very thin, and spirit is going, there's all this opportunity, but the one that you think you have to have is on back order for 1,000 years. So if you release these expectations, these thoughts, these beliefs, these mindsets, you're like, whoa, look at all these possibilities. And then we're like, all right, I like this. So spirit will bring in the perfect person at the perfect time in the perfect way. And the more we open up our expectations, the more easier we make it for them to bring it to us and the faster it can come, right? Because if this one's on back order for 1,000 years, there's all this love out here that can ship immediately, right? It's like, woohoo. So I like this. So spirit is saying for love, continue to look at what are all these restrictions and rules I have around love, and these fears that I have around love that I can let go, and I can start trusting more of that things will come in the perfect timing here. So I like that. Finances, you've got the 5 of Wands. So you, with love and finances, there is this big transformation that you've been going on here. And I like this. So we've got the 5 of Wands is this change of, you know, fiery conflict that transforms. 5 is a number of transformation that transforms into something more loving. So whatever this has been happening here, finances feel like they're moving from something that was so um, chaotic and fiery and explosive, and it's bringing into this calm. So I do see that's coming in here. All right. So you've been working on yourself and boundaries for quite some time. That's good. That's good. I feel like, well, the 8 does represent that there's this flow. So the continuing to do that leads you to releasing a lot of these fears. So, which is good. And then you have 4 cards on the start of your business here. So let's take a look here and see how this goes here. All right. Well, I do like this here. I feel like with the hermit card here, there is this period here of you, looking at, ideas and processes, and the hermit does of course connect with spirit. And he even just said it. You've led me to closer to spirit. Yeah, right. It's perfect because they will also help you here. Know that they, if you step back and connect with and ask spirit to help you with your business too, and show me things, and trust them, they will bring all that in there for you, and they will show you. One of the things spirit does want you to know here when it comes to anything in our life, but definitely with your personal business here, The Two of Wands is whatever you focus on is what grows and expands. There's no wrong choice. There's just different choices with different outcomes, right? And with the Two of Wands, it's interesting because it's like if we focus on what I'm missing, I'm not doing well in business, or I hate something, or I fear something will leave or come in, I am attracting that. Like attracts like, whatever I'm focusing. Like if you go into a bakery as a little kid and you're pointing through the little glass shelf at donut you hate, and you're like pointing at it and pointing at it, it's no surprise that the baker gives you a dozen of things you hate. You're like, no, I hate those. And the baker goes, tell you what, point at what you love and what you're grateful for and what you want. I'll bring you dozens of that instead. And so it's a great visual to go, oh, I'm going to use my energy to point at what I want, not focus on what I don't want, because when I focus on what I don't want, I get dozens of what I don't want. So I like this empowerment that they're showing you here, and when we, we do that. Um, you also have the Queen of Cups, which again, this reiterates, she rolls over emotion, and then we've got uh, they're all given a second portion of water, which makes them almost like the high priestess, very intuitive. So trust spirit definitely is reinforced here, about listening and asking them questions. They won't meddle in your life. They'll do things that you asked them to do before you came down here, but in human form, they honor and respect our power of choice and our free will, and they won't meddle in it unless we, of our own free will, ask them to. So reaching out, going, hey, help me, have my business be the most beneficial for me in the world, and give me signs and synchronicities. I need help on this. I don't know what to do with this. Any ideas? And they will bring things for you and show it to you too. And I like the Ten of Cups being the outcome, because that is joy and celebration. I mean, it is a very beautiful, one of the big cards, right? So, yeah, exactly what I've mentioned. So, what can you do to manifest more blessings and be more positive? Focus on what you do want and not on what you don't, because that's your energy, right? So that's what they have there for you, ND. Hopefully that is helpful. I like all that for you. So thank you so much. And let me take a look here and see where we're at here. There's a couple before you, Manure. So let me see here where we're at. Already answered those. So answered those. Hey, Rhonda, you are very welcome, Rhonda. Much love to you too. Sorry if I missed that there, if you're already gone. Um, all right, so we've got New Love, Spiritual Journey Tarot, and then Manure. So you're a couple away. So New Love, hello, hello. Anyone that you're will working with Johanna in this program work out well? Let's take a look here. Yeah. You can be patient with me or not. It's totally your journey. Being impatient with me doesn't help. All right. Thank you, spiritual journey. All right. So, new love, how is this going to work out here? Let's take a look here. Wow. Very interesting. You got the death and the rebirth. I feel like there's this transformation here. I do feel this is positive. I know it may not look like it, but I feel like such an emotional change here, because the Queen of Cups, like we are just talking about, it's a lot like the High Priestess. She gets double water, and here's the Moon, all about emotion, and the death card is this rebirth, is starting this rebirth with emotion. So I feel like, um definitely working with them gets you in such tune with your intuition and your gut instincts and your feelings. And I like this. I almost feel like Johanna's really intuitive but very supportive too. It's almost like it's a safe place for you to express your gut instinct and what you wanna do with things and express yourself. uh, it's like a safe space for you to express yourself emotionally where you feel like, "All right, I'm gonna mention this." Like, um, I feel like as you're working on this program, like something's happening that it's like you have this, like, intuition about, like, you're like, I feel like something's weird with this, and I can't tell you why. It's like there's like this choice that comes up, and it looks really good on paper, and there's this other option, and you're just like, I really like to, I really wanted to go with this one. And she's like, "Well, let's go with it then. Trust your gut." And then you find out, oh my God, this thing was totally, not going to work out. They said it was going to do all this stuff and it didn't, or whatever. It's like, wow. And I just feel like it's that kind of an experience, New Love there. I just feel like it's a good, they're very supportive of you trusting your gut and going, when in doubt, let's do that. It's not going to hurt. That could hurt if you are feeling like, "No, no, let's do it." And I like that for you. So it's very positive. I feel like it's kind of a stretching of you trusting your gut and your instinct and this knowingness that's coming in. And it's cool. I used to freak out my reps when I worked on in a corporation on a helpline, where we helped our individual, like I was a coach. They would come up to me and go, "I can't figure this out," and there'd be a line at my desk, and I go, "Try looking at that screen. What do you got?" They were like, "How did you know that without even looking at the policy or whatever?" I'm like, "I hear things," and it's beautiful. I like that. So that's what's coming in there for you, New Love. So many blessings to you. All right, spiritual journey tarot. Yeah, I do like to do that, right? Spirit, you can't deny spirit, right? So this is for a friend. Yeah, for a friend. Yeah, I've heard that before. This question's for a friend. I'm just kidding. So, a general love reading for Shannon. Absolutely. Let's take a look here. Oh, you're so generous. You are nice. I knew it even before you did that, though. We knew you were nice. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want Shannon to know about love, love, love? And then my newer, you'll be up after that. All right. All right. And I don't have a whole lot. That's why I'm going a little deeper. Normally I just pull a couple cards, but I'm going a little deeper tonight. All right. All right. Yeah, I see here. So Shannon, we start off with our greatest fear of all, right? The 3 of Swords, which is our fear of heartbreak, right? It's like there's this, we all have this wonderful fear of being rejected because we definitely want to be part of our tribe and not be ostracized and rejected. And so there's a great amount of, regarding love, just this fear of heartbreak. And it's okay, it's normal. We've all have it and have had it. And I see here you definitely are going through this transformation time here. I'm just going to bring these up here because we've got the 5 of Wands, the 8 of Swords, and the 5 of Pentacles. And this 8 of Swords is a great card to have here, because you also have the 10 of Swords coming in here too. And the 10 of Swords is a great card because it's the ending of, I'm sick and tired of trying to live up to all these supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's around love that just suck the life out of us trying to, I got to be this and this, and they're supposed to be this, and the relationship is supposed to be that. It just, it's like going on a vacation where every moment is planned, and you don't get to enjoy it. You just are trying to meet all the deadlines and do all the stuff, and it's like pressure, pressure. It's almost like a wedding um, where we, th all these expectations of what everyone is supposed to want in a wedding, and it's a stressful day trying to make everything happen exactly as it's supposed to, and, "Oh, no," "the cake fell over. Oh, no, the flowers didn't come in. Oh, no," it's devastation. It's our fear, right? "No," and really, it could be, you know, the two of you and 10 people on a beach, in swimsuits, doing vows. And it's like simplifying life. What do I want? And there's this energy with all of this that's coming in here. It's these conflicts of fear of abandonment, being left behind, being left out in the cold, this fear of conflict. But there's all this transformation with these two fives. And this Eight of Swords is, you really been on this journey here, realizing what of your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets have been making you feel blinded and bound and trapped, and these fears that have been ruling your life. Um, and I like this. I know I'm not a masochist. I like this for you because it's freeing. Because when these two cards come out together, the Ten of Swords is, again, this ending and this new beginning, which is release and freedom, this cage that you've had your heart in, that we have all been taught to put your heart in here and build this cage around it. It feels like it can't live and breathe. It's feels trapped. And when we finally get to this point, which I feel you're getting at, that you're like just exhausted. Normally the 10 of Swords has someone laying down with all the swords stuck in their back, which they're not dead. They are just exhausted from trying to live up to everyone's expectations. And they're just like, screw this. I'm going to be who I'm going to be. And this is my life. And the example they've been using today is like you have all these people at a dinner table, like at a restaurant, and you all have a menu, and you're deciding what you want, and everyone has an opinion on what you should eat. And you're like, I can't please everyone because if I order 15 things, I'm not going to be able to eat all this. And it's stuff I hate. I'd rather much have this, on here. And it's like, I'm going to say, thank you everyone for all of your, information and recommendations. But this is what I want, waiter. And you get, because I'm the one that's going to have to eat it. You guys eat your own food. I'm going to have to eat this. So I'm going to order it. And this is what's coming in here is this new freedom that's coming in with your heart as you let go of the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets that no longer serve you. And then the Ace of Wands comes in, which is new passion, new drive, new excitement for life, where it's like your heart's been in jail and it's being set free, and it feels like it's ready to live life. Because you also got the Page of Wands here. So, we've got this Page of Wands and this Ace of Wands coming in, which is this heightened passion, this new excitement for life. And so I really like this for you. And that's what's coming in right now for you, Shannon. No manure, you're actually up next. um, so it is this transformative time that's coming in here. And we get to this point where we're just sick and tired of feeling disappointed and feeling like we're disappointing others. Um, so I it's a great time because it's like your heart breaks free, and like a little puppy who's been in its little small kennel all day long, and you take them out to field and you open it up and they're like, woohoo, you get to live, and without this feeling of restriction. And so it's a time to really look at, what are my fears, why do I fear that, and I'm letting that go. You're looking at things from a higher perspective, and there's a freedom that comes in. So um, that's the general love reading for you, Shannon. And thank you, Spiritual Journey Tarot, for sharing that and and doing that for her. So many blessings. All right. Manur, you are up. Woohoo. So welcome back. And you want to know what are Habib's current thoughts and feelings towards you? All right. Let me just take a quick sip here. All right. Let's take a look and see what. So that's their thoughts. Here are their feelings. And what else? What else? What else? What else? All right. So thoughts were up first here. All right. Well, they've got this energy here. The Two of Pentacles is like they have this back and forth and back and forth. It's almost like there's two interests that they have in the outside world. Not necessarily people, but what what they look at is it's like they're in this fork in the road of what they want to do with their life, and they feel like they're consumed with that, not so much towards you. I feel like they have everything kind of in a giant boxes. And with this Five of Pentacles, they have these feelings of being left behind, these abandonment fears, this lack feeling. And because of their how they feel about themselves, and they have this kind of lower self-worth that's going on with them now, that they are like not sure which route they want to go. And they're kind of at this impasse where they're just standing there and they're just like, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. And they just kind of feel like there's this huge amount of indecision. And I feel like because like one of the decisions would be moving away somewhere else, that their thoughts are on hold because they're not sure which route they want to go. Yeah. And feelings, they have the Eight of Cups coming in here. The Eight of Cups is all about leaving behind emotions that no longer serve them and wanting to move forward into something that's a dream come true. And again, I feel like all of this is intertwined with their thoughts and their feelings because they have this dream that they feel like they'd want to do, which would take them away somewhere else. And they're like, well, I could do that, but I don't know if I'm it's like this unworthiness is keeping them in this spot of, well, I could, do what's expected and do this, but I feel like they really want to have this dream that they have that they want to go to here. Yeah. Yeah. And look at this. I mean, they have all this passion, this drive that they want to head off somewhere. And we've got the Chariot card, which is all about movement and choices, and the Sun card here even looks like the Chariot card here, and the Eight of Wands is passion and movement and desire, all this fire and movement energy. I feel like, that they're not attached. I feel like they really just want to there's this dream they have which takes them far away, and I just don't feel like they have the attachment to want to take you with them yet, at least at this point. This is where they're at. They're like, they're at this, like I said, they're at this impasse where they're like, I really, really want to go do this over here, but there's all this fear and everything around doing what like family wants and what's expected and blah blah blah. But they have this dream, and but they're like, so this is like they keep going back and forth, and um, the fear is equally weighing on them wanting to be this and to do this, and it hasn't doesn't allow them yet. It's balanced, so they don't know what they want to do. As soon as one's a little balanced, they'll do it, and that's what will come in with that. So hopefully that makes sense, Manure. And I know, I mean, it's just they're confused and they don't know what they want to do, and these fears of family and living up to expectations. Not unfortunately, it could be fortunately, they've lumped you in with all of that in the where they're at, and they don't see you in this dream here, because it's you're intertwined with all of this business that's going on here. So that's what they have for you. Hopefully that makes sense to you. But that's what they have. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. And let's see where we're at here. So we did those. We did those. We did all those. All right. And thank you, Supernova, for your donation. So I will jump to you there. And you want to know, what is your personality? What are you like in general? Which of your personalities? Ha ha, bada bunk. Just kidding, just kidding. So let's take a look here. Bada bing, bada boom. So I'm an Aquarian. We have multiple personalities. So who do I want to be in the moment? All right. So let's take a look here and see um, what spirit wants you to know about. And this isn't about how people perceive you, of course, because everyone perceives us differently, right? Depending on what they're seeing, because they see the world through their eyes, not their own. So this is spirit is being specific. They want you to know this is how this is reality. Right? This is reality. This isn't even how you see yourself. They want you to see who you are, um, outside of everyone's perceptions, who you really are. And I like that. That's really cool because, but do you really want to know? No, I'm just kidding. We're like, oh, let's see what comes in here. Oh, all right. All right. Yeah, I like it. So, personality, we start off with the Six of Cups, nostalgia, memories. And a big piece of this here, you know, when we look at what in general, um, it's funny because they're like showing you with the Six of Cups, this is all about past lives and past life connections and all the many lives that you've lived. And they're like, if you could open up your mind and be 100% conscious, it would blow your mind because you would literally see all the lifetimes that you've lived in this lifetime, plus all these other entities and beings and experiences that you've had across all these things. And they're like, this is one little drop. Your personality in this lifetime, this character that you're playing in this lifetime, is just one cell in your pinky compared to your hand, compared to the entire being and all of your existence. And I like that. They're like they're trying to put it into perspective to start off, which is so your guides. They're like, well, first of all, why is this important, right? They're like, let's put this into perspective. It's one grain of sand on a beach. It's one of your lifetimes. Try not to get too attached and caught up into like, this is my life. They're like, well, it's one of your lives. Let's just put it in order. That's funny. So I like that. So then they're like, all right, now that we have that in perspective, let's take a look at some of your characteristics and some of the things that you bring into this life with your personality. A lot of it has to do with your, the character we choose to be by our astrology, numerology, all this, the soup that we are in this lifetime. And you have the sun card. Leo energy, but it's very bright, very sunshiny, this bright light. And you've come to shine bright and to step forward that Leo energy. Are you a Leo? I have so many Leo uh, energies in here. Um, but it is this to shine bright, and okay, so so there you go. The Leo sun. So They're showing you here that such a huge part, oh, that makes sense too. Aquarius moon and Libra rising. Okay. Okay. Um, so the sun, of course, this Leo energy is this, you have this natural inborn drive to be seen, to stand out, to share, and we have lower vibration expression, higher expression um, your signs and different things. Your CEO of it is though the Leo sun, so so much of your life is about uh, being able to be seen and not, it's not like you're shy, it's like it's part of your makeup that I need to be able to be seen and be able to stand out and be able to have this nudge, this desire pulling me to be this because of what I want to accomplish and what I want to share with the collective in this lifetime, right? So I like that. You do have, speaking of Aquarius moon, but you have the moon here too. And so part of your, whatever your moon sign is part of your makeup too, right? And it's part of the sun and the moon combination is the moon is a reflection of the sun. When it's full, it's the reflection of it shining upon the earth, even in the night. And it's great that Aquarius moon, while we're in this age of Aquarius, which is the rebel, which is sharing your emotion in a contained way. Because, being an Aquarius sun, I know that, we're water bearers, but we're air signs. And so the air and this ability to compartmentalize your emotions when you need to is such an important part of your journey. And so when you realize this part of your personality of, oh, this is why I can take this emotion and set it to the side and still do what I need to do and then bring it back when I'm ready. And sometimes it can be frustrating when people don't have that ability, and you're like, why are they being so emotional? Can't they contain themselves? Well, it's because you have this natural ability that it's like, eh, it's like I've got all this Tupperware. I can put the emotion in it, burp it, put it to the side. And when I'm ready, I'll open it back up and it's fresh to be looked at, So I love this for you here because you do have this, energy coming in and understanding your the lowest expression and highest expression of your sign and all your planets and everything is a wonderful way to understand why you have tendencies. But this is your character, right? The more you open up to your higher self, the less you're impacted by that. It's this growth, right? Yeah, exactly. This is my music room. Here, Brett, let's put it over there. And I like this, because you said you got Libra rising, and the Six of Swords, air sign, balancing, moving from old ways to new ways. There's this balancing energy too, and that's the lens through which you see the world with the Libra rising. And so that's the goggles, right? So you have your emotions that are ruled by an air sign that you can contain. You've got the sun to burn bright and be seen, and this rebel energy of the moon too is about um, showing new ways to express emotion. That is, the old ways are don't work anymore. It's this new way of expressing emotion. And the Six of Swords is about, balancing your fears, letting go. And, it's like that justice card with the scales. You're balancing these emotions and you have this ability to balance, I mean, your fears, not, well, you can balance emotions too, but balancing fears and understanding it, that both are valid, but out of balance, no, your Libra wants to see this balancing of the outside world. And that combination of everything really just shows you what you're wanting to do with your energy, right? You're wanting to be seen and share with the world emotion in a new way that's kind of rebellious and doing all this. And with the Six of Swords, showing that it's okay to feel both things, but helping people balance life, and not feeling this huge out of balanceness. So I love this, um, the way of looking at it here. And then you kind of have this 10 of wands, which feels like this master magician. Normally it's um, they're burdened by all the wands, but with this 10 of wands, I just feel like it's the ace, like the, number 1 magician on steroids, like the magician card on steroids. It's just you have such this energy and this ability to impact and influence and to transform, energy, too. So when you're looking at, the personality of who you are, it's like you're magical though, and, the combination of all this just, it's like all of this is behind this, and, all of your lifetimes too are built in. The stuff that you've learned, you're able to bring forward. In fact, I like this that they brought the 6 of cups because when it comes to your music, I just feel like you're gonna be able to, um pull from your subconscious world past life experiences too. And I feel like, there could even be like an album that's all about past life. And it's like music from different eras and generations with, these different lessons you've learned throughout these past lives. I just feel like it's cool. It's like, oh wow, that's so new and so different, right? Very Aquarian. So I like that. So that's what's coming through for you here. I know, right? I love your questions because they just love bringing you this information and these ideas. So I just love this. I can see like Celtic music being brought in, or instruments, and then African drums, and then the doo, from Australia, and just different things of different lifetimes you've had, and it's like, wow, and just the theme of the lives we've lived, kind of thing. It's really cool. But and all that's free. That's yours officially. You can have that because that's from your spirit guides to you. Yeah, I love it. I love it. And that's what they have for you. You are very welcome. So many blessings, and thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. And JJJ, hello, hello. So a message from your future scout, from your future spouse. You are scared and confused. Oh no. Breathe deep, breathe deep, breathe deep. Are you scared and confused about your future spouse? Absolutely, my pleasure, Supa. Hey, Kyla. Yeah, you can ask a question. I'm going to be on for about 20 more minutes, and then I'll be headed off to my praying mantis session. So I should be able to get you in there. Let's take a look here, JJJ. A message from your future spouse. Besides, breathe, calm down. Here's a paper bag. Breathe in. Don't hyperventilate. I like it. Mm. Oh, yeah, this is very nice. I like it. So you've got the 8 of cups here, which is about, their message to you is try to leave behind emotions that no longer serve you, and allows yourself to move forward into this feeling of wish fulfillment. What's this energy? There's stuff to leave behind. You got the Full card coming in too, which the message that comes in with both of these here is also, um, it's because it's the first card in the major arcana, and the last card is the World card, which is leave behind old cycles and free yourself and start this new adventure free of all these expectations. This is where all the fears come in. We're scared, and when we're scared, we are confused, right? Because that's what happens to our brain. It doesn't want us to think, and we have all this emotional confusion, and we're like, oh my gosh. And so the fears come from expectations of these supposed tos and shoulds and need tos, because when we free ourselves from all that rules, all this conditional love that are rooted in fear, that's where we find our freedom. And so their message is just to try to leave behind emotions that no longer serve and release yourself from this prison, from all of these long list of how everything is supposed to be, and try to look at life as an adventure and a journey instead of a task list of things that have to be done, right? Because they have, you have a lot of messages coming in from spirit. Eight of wands, which is a lot of energy, but it, when in combination with the three of cups, which for me represents your spiritual posse, right? Your guardian angel and angels and spirit guides, your ancestors, your loved ones, your future spouse. I mean, you have all these beings of unconditional love that are supporting you, and they're bringing this in, saying that there's tons of messages. Just try to be still, breathe, breathe, come back to the now, because anxiety happens when you're focused on the future instead of this moment. And we get depressed when we focus on the past. But when we come back to the here and now, not only are we at peace and we have this calmness, we can hear so clearly from spirit, especially if we focus on joy and, our energies instead of our focusing energies on what we are fearing, what we feel are missing, what we fear or hate in our life, or fear will come in or leave our life, or won't come in or won't leave our lives. We grow that with our energy and our power. And so they're saying, focus on gratitude and joy and unconditional love. Come back here now. Breathe, breathe, step out of fear, and you can connect with spirit. And the messages of unconditional love are those that are of spirit, but those that are of fear are of just the human and the ego. When you feel the fear rising, just breathe deep, breathe deep. I mean, you have two eights, which is all about flow. Try to flow with life, try to flow with what's happening rather than trying to control it, as well. So, joy, joy, joy. Try to laugh. Try to laugh when you're scared or confused. Just ha 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 ha, even if it's fake in the beginning, because it'll make you laugh at yourself truly, and then you start changing the energy from fear to joy and love and peace instead. So I like this freedom that they're trying to bring you here. And that's what they have for you right now, JJJ. So hang in there, breathe, breathe. What are you afraid of and why? Right? That's what we can look at when we're calm. When we're in fear, looking at our fears just makes us fear more. But when we're in a place of calm, then we can look at our fears after the fact, after we've calmed down, and go, what was I afraid of? What am I afraid of and why? And see what revelations come from that. So that's what they have, JJJ. Much love for you. Hang in there. All right. So, Kyla, you want to know here, is Greg going to communicate with you here soon? Any messages? You feel he's coming soon? All right. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has here for you. Okay, that's a lot of cards. Let's try shuffling that again. So he's going to communicate soon. All right. And any messages? Okay, those would be the messages. Okay, I got you. So this one, will he be communicating soon? And what will be the messages? All right. Well, we've got the judgment card here, and this is your higher self leading you into this direction here. So I don't feel like it's going to be soon. And I know you said like you feel like he's coming soon, your intuition, but I feel like with this double endings and double new beginnings, there's some stuff that has to happen first. And I guess everyone's definition of soon, of course, changes that, right? So we've got this energy here of that your higher self wants to talk with you first. They're like, now wait a minute, before all that happens, we need to communicate, because we also have here with the Queen of Wands, she's very intuitive, right? The Queen of Wands rules over the fire energy, which also is spiritual energy, but all the queens are given a second portion of water, which is connection to the intuition. Normally they have a black cat, which is the connection with spirit. So they're like, again, there's this message of, but we want to talk to you first. So they're like, tap into your beautiful relationship you have with spirit, communicate with the intuition, and definitely connect with spirit, because they want to talk about these things here. We've got the Four of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. And the Four of Swords is peace of mind. It is this cutting away. This is the Ace of Swords. Normally, someone's sleeping on the Ace of Swords, which is connecting to the capital T truth of the higher realm. And with that, you're able to slice away these fears that we have, right? These beliefs and thoughts that no longer serve. And it's almost like that needs to happen a little bit first before the communication, because it's going to change the outcome and the interaction that you have. Because the Five of Pentacles is this feeling, these old beliefs of abandonment, of being left out in the cold, being left behind, of lack, right? And there's this transformation that happens here that allows this opening. To come in. And I like this because we've got um, this feeling of abandonment. I mean, it goes way back to like 7 years old and younger, right? And so a lot of that's bubbling down below the surface, where we might not even be conscious that it's impacting us the way that it is. But when we have our little inner child feeling this out of balance, giving and receiving, that happens, this feelings of abandonment, like, I gave them so much and they only gave me this much and they left me behind. There is this energy that comes in that is very freeing, is very open, with this, that allows you to receive love where you wouldn't have been able to receive love before. And I feel like it's just like this fine tuning that's coming in here with that. If you haven't checked out my Take 10 with Zen, I have episodes 4, 5, 4 and 5. Well, 4, 5, and 6 are all about fate. 6 is about death, but 4 and 5 is about our conscious energy we're putting forward. And then the um 5, I think, is the Six of Pentacles, which is this out of balance giving and receiving, right? Yeah. So, I just feel like, there's this energy with that coming in that if you check those out, it is transformative. Yeah. Yeah. Because we got the Hermit. It is time for now, for you to look at your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are binding you, blinding you, and making you feel trapped. Um, and if you listen to that, the six, the I think it's episode 5 that talks about the Six of Pentacles. Both of them are like less than 10 minutes, so it's no harm, no foul to listen to both. Um, but the reason why, just really like the short abridged version, is when we're young children, 7 years old and younger, we have important people in our life that we want them to love us, and we give so much, like we give 1,000 love coins and we get one love coin back. And we're children, we think, well, that's fair, I guess. And that seeps into our subconscious, and thereby it runs on autopilot until we bring it into our consciousness and correct that. And while the little inner child believes you have to give 1,000 love coins before you're allowed one, it keeps little hatch marks of the love that you're giving, and it's in control of the little um, force field that keeps love away, until you've reached the 1,000 magical point, and then they're being they put down the force field, they allow something in for a minute, but it resets back to 0, so boom, it knocks things back out until you get the 1,000 again. And this process, if you it gives you some tools in that Take 10 with Zen on how you can transform that, and you can have this little transformation and bring it down from 1 to 1,000 to 1 to 1, which then drops those shields and allows you to receive love, right? So that's what they have for you, Kyla. So that is it. Boom, boom, bada boom. So that is it. I don't think I have anyone else. I think you were the last one for this. So um I feel like the messages that are coming in, well, I mean, there's no messages. The communication's going to be stopped until you do all that. So there's right now there's no messages coming in, right? So and if you're asking like any messages from their higher self, that would be they're like what they said, because they're all together going, this is what has to happen before, because they'll just be hitting against a force field. I can't get to you. Why won't you let me in? you know, and it's like, oh, my bad. Let me shut down that force field. Okay, now you can come in. So this is what spirit wants you to focus on, is looking at those things, and then um, that will allow them to come towards you. So, yeah, because the message, Eight of Swords, look at your own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets. Yeah, and that could be too what they're here. So, it's Take 10 with Zen, episodes 4 and 5. And the link is in the description box of this video. Or if you click on my name, the bruddaZEN Mystic Tarot, it'll take you to my main page. And at the top of the playlists is the Take 10 with Zen playlist there. So definitely, I would look at both 4 and 5. They'll both empower you. Yeah, he's healing too, because that Eight of Swords came out. This transformation, they're looking at their own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are restricting them, and and then that's the encouragement for you to do the same. So that is what they have. All right, everybody. Oh, he's your twin. Yay! You are very welcome. All right, everybody. I'm gonna close this one down. Just like 5 minutes early, because I'm gonna head over to my praying mantis session with my praying mantis members. If you guys are interested, it is $7.99 a month, and it gives you access to all of the sessions that I have after my free readings, and then also on Thursday nights, 2-hour Q&A where we talk about spirit and answer questions about me if you have them. We pull past life readings, oracle cards. We dive into a bunch of different things. And then what else? What else? You also have extra drawings at the end of the month for my members. And you also have advanced access. I record a week in advance my Moon Day Mondays, my Take 10 Tuesdays, and my What's Up Wednesday pick a cards. And you have advanced access to all those too. So all of those, yeah, episodes 4 and 5. You got it. All right. And so here are some links to the current videos from this week, the Moon Day Monday, which talk about the energies of the week, so that you can be prepared with what moon energies are happening and any significant planetary energies that are standing out for me, well, from spirit to me. And then Take 10 Tuesdays, Take 10 with Zen Tuesdays. This one was about singing bowl smorgasbord, talking about singing bowls, and I introduce all of my singing bowls. And then Wednesday's pick a card had to do with Libra season and the equinox. So there's a pick a card plus all you Libra sun babies. We've got a 3-month forecast reading for you as well. That's there. And then if you haven't checked out my giveaways yet, I do have a monthly giveaway, like I just mentioned. My members have an extra giveaway, but for my subscribers, there are these energies here. Oh, well, good. We'll make sure to look at that Libra season so you can kind of see what your guys' 3 month looks like. That's funny. Perfect. But this is look at the last video that was posted. It'll tell you the 3 ways that you can get into the 3 giveaways as well. And then lastly, but not leastly, I do have 50% off a lot of my services for the rest of 2023, my pre-recorded personal readings, my hedges of peace and love, and then also the Wish Upon a Star astro reading. So if you're interested in any of all those, all that information is in the description box of the video with links to what those things are and all the pricings there too. So that is what we have. So I'm going to go ahead and close out this session. Thank you guys again for all the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. So thank you for doing that. That's something you can do for free. That does help out. And just know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there. You guys take care and have a great rest of your night or day, wherever you're at in the world. We'll see you soon. Take care, Kyla.